Inside lane, missing exits, glued to the pavement. Between the lines, I'll keep my gaze straight ahead. Stop flies by. No more waiting for the gun to fire. No more walking through revolving doors. I've gone around once, and I don't need to go around anymore. Break away, forget your sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. And cancel the cruise control. Switch it in the manual.
Good morning. I don't know. Right now, we're both on the one. How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody had a good rest of their weekend. Mike, RJ, Captain, Right Guy, how's it going, y'all? I'm not sure if I think it just, yeah, I think I came down with a bit of something. Everybody, so this one over here was sick last week,
I couldn't talk.
and now everybody seems to be a little sick. So I think I came down with a little something. I'm feeling better today than I was yesterday. I pretty much slept all day yesterday. Well, after stream, got cleaned up.
Hey, blaming it on us.
It normally is the little ones. They normally go to school and bring home.
Well, then don't send me to school.
They're like little petri dishes. Yeah, definitely the minis.
It's Aria. She got it from the boys' house. Ooh, how do they know I went to a boys' house?
Because we discussed the fact that you abandoned us to go play with middle school boys.
I wasn't playing with them. Mike, I should
I
have.
hope not too, man.
You should coughed in your face.
It's one of those things though, like everybody was fine. So she had felt better and
Perf is in the voice. My voice is better than what it was yesterday. I was about to burn the house down because I couldn't talk.
yeah, you don't realize how much you speak in a day until you can't.
Mono is contagious. Don't you get mono from kissing?
You do. I had mono and
I got mono from Trevor.
no, you didn't.
I thought I did.
No. What was it? Eighth
And
grade?
then you.
I was so sick, but fortunately I had in-school suspension.
What
I
does
had
that
mono, so I
say?
just slept all day at school.
Explain the word immune.
Immunocompromised to the large child. So, yeah, Mike, if I had known anybody was sick, I would not.
I'm sorry.
She had recovered. Everybody was fine in the house. This got sprung on all of us yesterday.
I'm sorry.
So I do apologize. I did not know though. Nobody felt sick.
So why can't Mike get sick?
He's immunocompromised. For sure he had cancer. You had cancer, right? Maker Viking, how's it going? Maker Viking, check your DMs. Andy Miller, how's it going, y'all? Dan, what's up? Da Vinci. Good to see y'all this morning.
I just
Awesome.
replied.
Yeah, so I got up yesterday morning, sent out everybody, all the winners' contact information to where it needed to go.
Responded. I can't read it from over here.
And then after I sent out everybody's contact information, I watched, while I was doing that, I watched Captain break the top of his Centauri carbon. Listen, all my fellow content creators out there, I want to put this public service announcement out there, okay? When companies design their packaging, they take into mind how the average consumer is going to unbox this thing. 3D printing manufacturers assume that the average person is going to push this box in their house and unpack it on the floor. If you unbox it on a table, that is not the intended way to unbox it. You are going to potentially run into some problems. Move your camera, put it on the floor. But went back to bed, woke up at 4 something, ran this one over to her youth group, and then did some CAD work for Captain to send him some files. Captain, I hope you saw those. I put them on Discord for you. So you could 3D print or get a new one cut for your Centauri carbon. Save the handle off of the one you have though on the lid, because all those files have the holes to be able to whatchamacallit, put your handle on there. You've never heard of Tinker Atlas? That's weird, because you were like the first featured maker, Dan. I think maybe you have a memory problem at this point.
Hey, like mommy.
Havoc. Yeah, like mommy. I made sure this morning to tag RJ, since he seemingly has notifications from my Discord blocked or just isn't in there. I don't know what he's doing, but he says he doesn't know when I stream.
I can't see myself. I can't see myself.
All right, let me switch it to group. And then it should work better for you. Update later. AI tracking, group tracking. Over here. It's refusing. It says no.
I don't want to see your ugly face.
I don't know. Here, we'll go with. Is this the right one?
There's my camera. You got
I'm working on it. Hide this one. I'll leave it up there. Anyway, so I haven't done anything more to this other than put the little clips in to hold the belt and tension the belts. Everything seems to be running okay with it. Marin, how's it going?
Can you tell them what we're trying to figure out?
Oh, so Smalls is here because all right, I'm gonna hide this because now it's just blocking my face. There, no, not that one. That one. There we go. See, now it's wanting to work fine. Now it's figured it out. Goodness. He does have quite a bit of gray going on. I do too. Don't feel bad, Dan.
Yeah, let's see your hairline. I'm joking.
Pop away. Good morning. She wants to figure out what kind of cake to make for her birthday. I offered to make a from scratch butter cake with homemade buttercream icing. She's trying to figure out what kind of cake she wants.
Because I'm scared that not everybody will like it.
Vince, how's it going, man?
Cheesecake.
Good to see you. I thought my smallest child may have driven you away.
This idea.
I was like,
Cheesecake.
told the old lady, I was like, there's a fair chance I never hear from Vince again. If we make cheesecake, I'm probably not eating it. I do have a good recipe for peanut butter cheesecake.
What about,
I got a roll of blue, you can actually see it over there, that blue PETG in the dryer. Man, that is a beautiful blue.
I can't read.
Vince was kind enough to bring me a couple spools of some PETG. kind of excited about. So I've only ever had 2 spools of PETG in my life. One of them's clear that's still over there that I use for diffusers every once in a while. And the other one's a blue that I printed the drone case in.
Somebody said red velvet. Red velvet. No, that's nasty.
Papa Way's right. Don't worry about pleasing everybody else. Just choose a cake that you like.
But I
I know, I tried to help you. You didn't listen.
Oh. I want the macaroons that Hannah her bridal shower. Those were really good.
That's not a cake. That's a cookie.
But it's good.
I'm not making macaroons.
But they look so good.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just not making them. Yeah. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Yeah, I think you're coming through. You don't buy macaroons either. And the price that they charge for those things.
You couldn't hear me.
Yeah, her voice has been, she didn't have any voice at all yesterday. Yes, they can hear you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you see the bar right here? That's you. And me. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever had chocolate coffee cake. Someone's calling your mother.
We could do. We could do. Let me start some cake flavor.
Anyway, so going to be going, got some chemicals over here. Gonna be going to get some containers here in a bit, but I've got some PVA, that's a PVP, and some ISO. We'll be making up 5 quarts of Frank's goo, aka nanopolymer. adhesive.
They told me to be quiet.
Hey, old lady lost her voice too.
Idea. What about vanilla cake with strawberry or raspberry?
Yeah, but here's the thing. For what she's lacking in volume, she's making up for in volume. You may not be able to talk as loud, but you're talking much more.
Where's my face? Hello, where's my face?
What? I'm not buying a cake. I'm making a cake. You're not going to get a cake made on Black Friday.
You don't know how to put filling in cake.
I do. I'm just not doing it.
Why not? This is what you're doing.
This is what I want you to do. This is what you are doing. This is what I want you to do. You've never seen that? I can't remember what movie that was. Arbor 3D printing, how's it going?
But, we could do, I don't want chocolate.
Why not? I just made brownies. Like boxed brownies? That's what you want. Vodka and honey.
A certain potato drinking a spoonful of honey.
Yeah. Vodka.
We could try it.
Doug keeps falling out. Oh, shit. They can hear you. Finish the build. I'm going to. It's just not going to be today. Today we're talking about it. I was looking through the instructions. I reprinted the fan ducts on a profile that doesn't run out of filament flow. So I've got that for under the bed now. You require it? Well, sorry to disappoint you, bud. So yeah, there's just a couple more pieces to put on around the electronics, throw the electronics in it, and then get some configs built and put on the enclosure. We'll probably start on that tomorrow.
We have to clean tomorrow.
For what?
And it.
Wow, I'm not spending my whole day cleaning for Landon.
Love Landon.
Yeah, we'll work on this tomorrow, as well as mix up that bed adhesive for anybody that's curious. Doesn't want to spend $30 for a 100 ml bottle of Vision Miner. You can make, for the same cost, you can make like a gallon of it if you make it yourself. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I severely underestimated this project. I think if I had known just how much drilling and tapping there was to do, I would have done that ahead of time. I thought everything that came in the kit was already drilled and tapped. I thought all I had to do was drill holes in a couple holes in the extrusions that were on the Ender 3. I did not expect that to be a 3-hour process. I expected it to be like a 15-minute process. I should have put the back panel together beforehand. I should have built configs for it beforehand. There's a couple things I would have done differently if I had paid attention. Are you leaving? All right. I love you.
Happy brownie.
Brownies? All right. We'll pick up some brownie mix today then. I've decided I want to try to figure out a way to get the full-size tube onto that Trident back there. There. With the takeoff tool head, which apparently if I have the clicky-clack door, I don't lose any movement on Y. So yay to that. And then, but man, that is not a cheap proposition. That's like $500, I think, for the takeoff tool head. The mounting plate for the extruder, and the tube itself. That is so that's no controller board, no extruder, no probe, nothing like that. That is just, oh, and fans. Yeah, it's not a cheap situation, but I also have to have some sort of filament cutter situation because that's got a box turtle on it. Yes, I am aware that putting a filament changer with a tube, not ideal, but here's what happens, right? You start a project and then scope creep happens. And then it just keeps happening, and eventually you end up with a Voron Trident that costs as much as 2 H2Ds with a whole bunch of stuff that if you were planning out a build, you would not put together. Yeah. ERCF uses a filament cutter as well. It's got the filament matrix cutter on that switch wire. That one's got a Jabberwocky on it. I'm gonna eventually get the new Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder V3 on that. Listen, half the reason y'all come here is to watch me do stupid stuff. Let's not lie. You're going to be so amused watching me struggle to make it work. And then somebody else, after I've figured out how to do it, is going to come along and do the same thing and have an easier time. All right, it might be more than half. Well, that's the other half. You come here for my striking good looks, right? Yes, seeing failure does create success. All right, so wisdom is learning from others' mistakes so you don't have to make them yourself. Because holy cow, does wisdom come at a high price. You do that too, RJ. Yeah. So again, thanks to everybody that came out and watched. Thanks to everybody that's been here along the way. Everybody that's new, appreciate you too. Members, supporters, sponsors I've had along the way, and it's without any of you guys, I don't know, it wouldn't be what it is, you know. And it's always great to have friends hang out with for a day. Next time we hang out, I think we're going to not fill that time with a 15 hour stream. It'd just be a fun hangout. I want to do it again in January. I don't have a date yet, but sometime in January. So anyway, that's a new idea for a project, the tube. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll make some of this Frank Skew. We will pick up where we left off with on the NG build. Wednesday though, so if anybody's dug through stuff or has been here for a long time, you'll know that there was once a podcast series on the channel called Makers Making Podcast. I had a couple guests. I think we had 3 episodes of it. One with Steve Builds, one with Pex Peppers, and one with Death of Xbox. We're going to bring that back. Different format though. So it's going to be a roundtable discussion with a bunch of folks. We're going to discuss, you know, news, events, projects, and products in the maker world. That's going to be Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So RJ, you can put that one in your calendar because that'll be a consistent time. So the Trident, I want to do the full tube. We're going to put Tube Compact on something else at some point. Now, looks like regular Tube's back ordered too. But not that it much matters. I don't have funds for that right now anyway. Tube Compact I have pre-ordered, but it's sounding like that's going to be January or February before that ends up in our hands. So that's a little ways off. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. Yeah, Dan, I'm the same way. Like, there's a general rhyme and reason to the times, but it's not 100%. A lot of the reason why times fluctuate so much on the channel is other folks decide to stream at a time that I would normally stream at, and rather than overlapping with them, I just let them take the time slot and I just move my stream. So We've gone from consistent. At first, it was Saturdays at 3 p.m. when it was once a week. And we moved to Saturdays at 9 a.m. And then after the whole situation with medical stuff, it went to being daily every morning. When we added some evening streams in there along the way for folks that can't necessarily make it to daytime streams. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, starting this Wednesday. Yes, 1 a.m. Thursdays for you. I know that it's a bit of a stretch for you. We're going to have a bunch of folks, bunch of co-hosts. Like I said, kind of a roundtable discussion format. So people have lives and whatnot. So I understand that some weeks somebody might have something going on and they can't make it, or they're showing up late or have to leave early. It is what it is. I want to also make sure not to overlap with Down Under Maker's stream, which is at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be constrained to under 3 hours. Now, I had been putting the old ones on Spotify. That web link stuff might still be working, where it automatically pulls it to Spotify and pushes it out to other things, but I don't know. Lens of Prey. We're talking about, we're bringing back the Makers Making podcast. There's going to be folks on there that I'm sure you will recognize. And maybe some that you don't. Also, might be people that just show up for one episode. But I want to have a consistent crew where there's always going to be some of a few standard crew that are always there, you know? That'd be awesome, Maker Viking. Especially for folks that have a like hammered down schedule where they're, you know, like Steve builds is, you know, every week the same time kind of thing. Yeah, that might be an interesting thing. If you could set it up so that it monitored different channels and it just had a running thing of, like, you could go on Tinker Atlas and it would just tell you who was live at that time, you know? That'd be awesome. Yeah, like an old school TV guide. That'd be pretty cool. So I just wanted to let everybody know about that. Sent out a bunch of DMs last night and early this morning. I've got quite a few folks interested in it already. And yeah. So, but also, you know, there's some people that I don't want to step on their toes on, but there's some other people that came after my initial podcasting and kind of ran with what I was doing on it, and I don't care if I step on their toes. Dan, if you are able to make it, you are welcome to. I thought I sent you a DM actually. Check your DMs. I'm pretty sure I sent you a DM. If I didn't, forgive me. I was sending them at 2 a.m. this morning. Yeah, if it can't be done, then that's fine. Nobody wants you to spend your entire day staring at and refreshing YouTube browser to see if somebody's live. Yeah, exactly. Now the only the requirements that I will have for folks that come on, you've got to have your audio sorted. Nobody wants echoes and feedback. That might mean that depending on your setup, like I know for mine, I have to use headphones. Otherwise, it's going to echo back what other people say, right? So it might mean that you have to use headphones of some sort, because if you've got a speaker and a mic, that mic is going to pick up that speaker. Yeah, nobody's going to have a good time. The other thing, I'm going to be using StreamYard for it, so everybody's kind of familiar with how that lays out. I do not have the money to pay the exorbitant fees that they want for their like paid stuff. They want like $15 a week for their paid version of Streamlabs, so it's going to be $720. Then yeah, I feel like the folks that play video games get that right off the rip. And people that don't play video games or haven't ever played video games do not understand that situation, right? Like you can dial it out with a speaker. You absolutely can. It is a pain in the butt. Streamlabs software does a bit of a decent job with it, but it's still not great. So there is a free version. It is, I gotta look and make sure that there's no other restrictions that are gonna hammer us. Yeah, Discord does a decent job too. If I can't get Streamlabs to work right, we'll do it in Discord. But if I can't get Streamlabs to do it for free, we will use Discord. It'd be awesome if it made enough money to justify the price of $15 a week, but it's not gonna. But it will be a live stream, so folks will be able to hop in and chat and participate in the discussion. The other thing that I will require, outside of making sure that you have your audio set up taken care of, is that you have a camera. Doesn't have to be a great camera, just has to be a camera. Yeah, but even the noise gate and compression stuff, by the time you start really dealing with trying to exclude a speaker of some sort, your audio is going to get clipped. You're still going to get that echoing every time you talk. It's a difficult thing to deal with. There's software where it basically scrubs. It takes what your audio is outputting and takes and basically noise cancels that and scrubs it out of your input. That software is not free though. Yeah, so Streamlabs you can join with. You start a virtual camera in OBS and you can stream out from your OBS. Boots and pants, yes. It's getting to be winter. I need to pull out some of my boots. It's a rave. Yeah, I mean, getting audio timings and stuff like that it takes a lot of work. And the other thing too is you could have it so that if you're standing right here, it works perfect to scrub your audio right. You move over 6 inches and the timings are different because the speed of sound is different. Well, it's not different, but because of the speed of sound, it doesn't work anymore. StreamYard. Sorry, did I say the wrong thing? For the moment, everybody that has agreed has been invited to a group DM thing. I'm gonna migrate that, I think, over to just a channel on Discord because you're limited to 10 people in a group.
Hey, a question.
Yeah.
You know how I was talking about putting together decorations for my party?
We have to discuss anything like that when I'm not streaming. Yeah, I understand. We'll have to have a discussion after. While I'm streaming is not a good time to talk about that. Well, I don't know what to tell you because I don't have $15 to give you. RJ, I'm just looking at your DM. That's somebody else I forgot to reach out to. I forgot to reach out to Jeremy. Yeah, so anyway, that's where we're at. I don't have a whole lot. I don't want to do anything with this, mainly because I haven't finished moving everything back. There's no lighting over here, so you wouldn't be able to see shit. If I was working on this today, that legit, that's 100% the reason why we're not doing anything with the NG this morning. Simply because I haven't finished putting everything back. It is it is a task to rearrange a streaming setup. Yeah, the TV guide thing is an awesome idea. Especially, I mean, I think it might require, you know, some sort of vetting, but if somebody can, you know, say, you know, apply on like Tinker Atlas, say, hey, I'm going to be, I'm going to start doing content creation. Here's my channel links, stuff like that. And there's some sort of vetting process to make sure, you know, it's not just somebody coming in there and going, okay, here's my latest crypto scam. And that gets pushed out to all the makers. Like some sort of vetting, you know what I mean? Or reporting system. I don't know. So I understand the risk aspect of it. We're a pretty small community by and large. So to get it rolling off at the start, it's probably, that's not a concern at the start. The main concern, I would imagine, would be all the back end stuff that Maker Viking would be taking on. Goodness gracious, if anybody's in the community and can lend this poor guy a hand, because he is one guy undertaking creating a social media platform. How many people does, you know, Twitter and Facebook have working for him, and this is one man trying to do it? Also, I need to talk to some of you Linux guys, because I need my server to work. I am so tired of paying for multiple terabytes of iCloud storage. Please, somebody help me get this server working. Back just popped up. Oh, good. Man, Dan, get out of here. Yeah, I told him I wanted to talk to him this week. I think my networking card is dead, is what I think is wrong. But anyway, short stream this morning, guys. With everybody not feeling great, I want to get in there and get some stuff cleaned up. Run over to the store. I need to get some distilled water and some containers to put this stuff in. I can tell you that right now it's extremely difficult to get the chemicals for this, but I think it costs $30 shipped for the chemicals. Then you need 2.5 quarts of like 99% ISO, or 5 quarts of 50% ISO, and you get, you know, 1.5 gallons of Vision Miner nanopolymer adhesive. You just make it yourself. So come back tomorrow to check that out. We'll get that stuff mixed up and get going on the NG build again. I feel really crappy that I said I was going to do something and I didn't get it done. But at that point, after 15 hours, I was risking the safety of my friends and also very much pushed well past the limits of what I was physically able to do. So I can legitimately say that everybody tried extremely hard to make it so I can keep my word on things. And to their credit, man, they were 100% willing to risk their own health and safety to finish the thing if that's what I chose to do. And that became blatantly clear that I needed to be the one to say no. So that's why I pulled the plug on it. But cool thing was we got to give away a whole bunch of really cool prizes real fast. What did we give away? Like almost $500 worth of stuff in 10 minutes or something like that. So that was awesome. That was really cool. I had a lot of fun. Hope the folks that found me because of it stick around, because we do a lot of stuff just like that, just in shorter spurts. I know that today's stream is, it just missed so many of you guys so many times. It seemed like every single spin, it was whoever was right next to Brad. LTX Designs won himself a Jabberwocky toolhead, and Dan won himself a set of Speedy Power motors. Also, all you guys that won Vitali CNC stealth burner mounts, remember, those things are usable for the A4T toolhead. Okay, I know that most people aren't building stealth burners, but the A4T is an amazing toolhead. So it is 100% still a relevant thing, right? I sent Vitaly a message. I'm like, look, man, you need to like make this known, because like so many people don't know. Yeah. So again, everybody that won, I have forwarded your information over to the companies. Remember, it is Thanksgiving week. It is the week of Black Friday. Having spent over a decade in the retail industry, I can tell you this is 100% their busiest week of the year, right? They are slammed. And they are preparing to get even more slammed over the next week or so. So please bear with them. Some of them are also in the process of moving shops. So there is that as well. So it might take a little bit, but they will get to you. I promise you. If they don't, if you haven't heard anything from them, by the end of the first week in December, send me a message. As long as I made it through surgery, I'll hound them for you. Just let me know, right? And I'll make sure it gets taken care of. You're using Vitaly setup with the Jabberwocky? Nice. Does he have a CNC Jabberwocky mount? I know he wouldn't have one for for what I'm doing with the switch wire, but yeah. So A4T is kind of an improved airflow layout to the Dragon Burner. It's 4010 fans, but instead of blowing directly at each other and kind of canceling themselves out a little bit, they blow in kind of in an X pattern. So depending on your setup, you might lose a tad bit on your X axis. But the compatibility with all your different extruders and hot ends and all that sort of stuff is all there. I think it's put out by the Annex guys. I always, or maybe it's Armchair Engineering. I can't ever keep those two straight. No. Okay, so you mean like the XY joints and the AB mounts and stuff like that? Yeah, man. So that Trident right there is running a full Vitali gantry on 6mm belts with classified steppers. And here, I've got it right here. Cameras don't seem to like to focus on it, but if you can see right over here where it's just running out of flow. And this isn't even like pushing anywhere near the limits of the speeds that printer can print at. And that Rapido ultra high flow cannot keep up with it. It runs out. It runs out of flow. I'm like 95% sure that the kinematics, that the motion system on that will outrun a tube. That a tube won't be able to keep up with it, but I'll be able to get better. I'll be able to do better than what I'm doing. That, for reference, was printed. As soon as this comes up, I'll show you. Yeah, so Pressure Advance could do that too, but this is not Pressure Advance. It's running out. So I know I was showing you the corner, but it's like that in the middle too. It's not even on it's not just on deceleration areas. All right, so that was printed on the Trident with ABS high-speed profile. All right, which is capped out at 36mm volumetric flow with if experimental profile. The speeds on this: 200 first layer, 300 first layer infill, outer walls 500, inner walls 600, sparse infill 600, 600 on internal solid, top surface 300, gap infill 500, supports 350. There's your slowdowns. Accelerations 50K for normal printing, outer walls 35K, inner walls 50K. And this printer's capable of 100K plus. I stopped at 100K, 600 millimeters a second, 100K acceleration, and I stopped there. Right? It is hitting this maximum volumetric flow rate damn near instantly, right? So it's just a function of it runs out, right? And you know, Mike and Steven were here. They saw this in person. Other than where it's running out of flow, it's a beautiful print. Like the layer stacking's great. All that stuff is just running out of flow. The cooling, it's got plenty of cooling, all that stuff. It just does not have enough flow. It might also be a function of the extruder can't push hard enough. Maybe I need an extruder that can push more and push harder than the Galileo 2. If you've got recommendations on a better extruder that I can use that has a orbiter bolting pattern, let me know. Orbiter 2.5, I don't know. It's got to have filament. It's got to have a pre-extruder filament sensor. That's the only requirement. It's got to have a filament sensor and be able to push more and harder than that. And I got to be able to hook it up to a I've got to be able to hook it up to a filament cutter. It's got to have a filament sensor. Yeah, so I have to change the tool head to get the crossbow to fit on there. Or put a spacer in there, which I could do. I've got one crossbow filament cutter. Clearly, I need to get with my buddy Belial and get some more of those over here. So clearly, I'm going to need more. So I've got ideas. But I want to be able to here is the speed benchy profile. Right? 100K excels. Right? And I can take this up to 600 millimeters a second. It'll run those classified steppers. That printer, as it is, will run 600 millimeters a second with 100K excels. Right? Can there be faster printers? Absolutely. But I'm not going to worry about that until such time that I have use for it. It doesn't matter if my hot end can't keep up. It doesn't have a CHT on it. It has a Undertaker tungsten on that printer. I do not want to go to a CHT because that printer also prints a lot of fiber-filled materials. A lot. And if you get a jam in a CHT nozzle, it's a problem. I've got a Bondtech bimetal CHT nozzle sitting over there. Used to be in the 2.4. I could put it in there. It's still fine. It's got over 2 years of print time on it. Well over 4,000 hours. And it is just as nice as it was when I took it out of the package when Fabrico sent it to me over 2 years ago. It might be, but I think I'm thinking that. So here's the other half of it. Going to the tube takeoff tool head, I'm going to need to change extruders anyway. I need something that isn't printed. The takeoff tool head relies on the mount taking away that heat from your hot end. Even if you've got an air on there, which I think at that point I just go to tube conduct and call it a day. It gives me an extra 10 millimeters of melt zone. It's going to mean a whole ass ton of purging if I try to do multicolor on it. That's a price you pay for greatness, I guess. But so it needs to be some sort of extruder that can take that heat, probably print what is that filament that it withstands really high temperatures but it doesn't transfer heat? Is that new one that Prusa announced at 3D Printopia? I can't remember now, but there's a filament that you can print, and it's basically, you can use it as a thermal insulator, right? Yeah, something to insulate the extruder from the hot end side of things. That way, because you don't want your extruder gears getting hot. You don't want your extruder motor getting any hotter than it already is. You don't want that conducting your heat from your hot end. Where I got you left for 20 minutes, that's it. Mods, ban them. No. Yeah. So we're gonna hammer that out. We've got some time because $500 is a long way from what I have now. So that's a project. Maybe the final chapter in the world's fastest trident. Understandable. But it's been an hour and a half. Or an hour. And as RJ will tell you, I've got to pee. So, no, so in industry, you'll use like ceramic insulators, right? And I'm not going to have a custom ceramic insulator made. But there's a filament that acts like that. Also, I did go back and fix the stream to blur out everybody's information. Materials. Special. I really want to try this PETG tungsten stuff. Maybe it's not out yet. Let's see. I don't know. No, it was one of their own filaments, but what are the PSU? Yeah, I don't know. The worst comes to worst. One of the projects I got that I want to do is printing Ultim on the Micron, since it's gets to a chamber temp of over 90 C on the fucker. Just need to get a bed that goes hotter. And yeah, and print a freaking Ultim spacer or something for it. Is that what it is? Is it polycarbonate? Space grade black. Yep, this was it. Prosa, hear me out. Send me a sample. Just send me a sample. I don't even need a whole roll. Send me a sample. Because Lord knows I can't swing an extra $250 for a roll of filament. Help a brother out. Oh, TX, how's it going, man? No, it's $249 for a. No, stop it. For 850 grams of this PC space grade black. 850 grams, $250. Yeah. So I need something with excellent thermal properties, like thermal resistant properties. Can't transfer heat, and it's got to stand up to high temps. I think the tube's rated for 400 C. So figure it needs to stand up to pretty damn near that. Maybe 250 C it's got to stand up to. I don't know. So this might not even be an option. I might have to go with ceramic. Some just little ceramic standoffs or something and bolt through that. Tube's 500. Yeah. I might have to put the tube compact into the Micron to be able to print something. I don't know. We got time to think about that. But I want to do some stupid stuff. All right? I want to do stupid stuff and be successful at it. Okay? I know some other YouTubers have done stupid stuff just for the sake of doing something stupid. But I'm doing it because I actually need the part. So I need it to actually work. So very much so pushing the limits of what you can and should do. Well, let's be honest. At that point, we're well past pushing the limits for what you should do. We're very much into what is possible of doing, even though you shouldn't. Like, the Trident isn't going to ever print stuff at 500C, but it definitely prints PPS just fine at 350. So, yeah. And that's the interesting thing. Some of these new engineering materials don't need a crazy high chamber temp. They might require a crazy nozzle temp, but they don't need crazy high chamber temp. Anyway, guys, I've got to use the restroom. It was great hanging out with y'all. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Talk to you later.